Hi everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're doing extremely great. Well, today let's continue our process of learning. We want to immerse ourselves in this language and to learn it. So, it is very important to learn phrasal verbs, to use them in your daily language and to sound more natural and to feel comfortable while talking in English. All right. That's why today I'm going to talk about useful phrasal verbs and some common phrasal verbs that we can use in our daily life. All right, lives. So let's get started. Phrasal verbs are an important part of English, as I said before, especially in everyday conversations. They are formed by combining a verb with a particle, either a preposition or an adverb. All right, so there is a main verb plus a particle. For example, gave up. Up is a particle and give is the main verb. Give means to give someone something, but when you add the particle, the meaning changes, all right? So give up smoking, for example, or I give up with this. I cannot handle it, all right? So when we add the particle, the meaning of the main verb changes, and the particle can be a preposition or an adverb. Okay, which changes the meaning of the verb. Sometimes the meaning is very different from the literal words, which can make phrasal verbs confusing for learners. Of course, when we saw a phrasal verb, we understand sometimes the literal meaning, but it's really hard to understand the idiomatic meaning if you haven't uh, seen it before or haven't used it before or haven't looked up for its meaning before. So it's very important to learn them, and I will put these phrasal verbs with some pictures to make the task very easy for you to follow and to remember them and to visualize their meaning. Well, in this presentation, we will look at common phrasal verbs, understand what they mean, and also see pictures that show the literal meaning of each one. This will help you remember and visualize the difference between the literal meaning and the real idiomatic meaning. So let's get started. The first phrasal verb is kick the bucket. When you hear this expression or this phrasal verb, kick the bucket, you automatically think about the literal meaning, which is someone kicks a real bucket. But in the idiomatic meaning, it means to die. But remember, we use it in informal and humorous situation. You cannot, for example, be in a very serious situation with people who are crying because somebody who is very close to them have just died, and you say he kicked the bucket. No, you need to be formal and say, for example, he passed away, right? So kick the bucket is informal and humorous, but you need to know it as well, because if you haven't already heard about this word, maybe when you hear kick the bucket, you will automatically think about the literal meaning, which is someone who kicks a real bucket, which is not correct. Now let's move to the second phrasal verb, which is break down. Break down in the literal meaning means something physically breaks into pieces. For example, when a glass of water, you broke a glass of water and it becomes a lot of pieces. So this is breakdown in the literal meaning, but idiomatically we can use it when we are referring to a machine stops working. A person becomes very emotional. You can use this phrasal verb and sound natural in your daily English. All right. Now let's move to the third phrasal verb. Look after. There are two meanings of this phrasal verb. Literal meaning: someone literally looks after someone. For example, I looked after my children in the garden. I just was looking at them, and I'm not taking care of them. I just look at them and look after them using my eyes, right? But the idiomatic meaning means to take care of somebody, to take care of someone. I look after my children means I take care of them. So it has two meanings. We can use it in both of them, literal meaning and idiomatic meaning as well. Turn off. Turn off literal meaning means someone turns something to the off position. Turn off the button. Turn the button off, all right? We can use it. Idiomatic meaning to stop a machine. I turn off a machine means to stop a machine. I stop it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore, all right? Or to make someone lose interest. We can use it as well in this context. Now let's move to the last one, which is to pick up. What does it mean? Literal meaning: to lift something from the ground. And the idiomatic meaning means to collect someone or something, or to learn something easily. All right, so we have three use of this phrasal verb. For example, if we are talking about to collect someone or something, we can say, for example, my dad picked me up from school. He took me. He brings me to the house by his school, right? So we have the second meaning, means to lift someone or something. Can you pick the clothes left on the floor, sorry. And we have the final one, or the last one. I picked up some basic English on holiday. So I just learn it easily without having this tension to learn it. I don't want to learn it, but I didn't work formally and very hard, or want really to learn it. I just picked up some words like this. So the last meaning means to learn something without trying very hard. You learn it naturally just by listening, watching, or being around it. So this is the meaning. Now let's move to our exercise. It's a very simple exercise that will make you understand more, or you can pause the video and try to work on this exercise by yourself, and like evaluate yourself to know if you really understand the lesson, and if you really remember the meaning of the phrasal verbs. So let's get started and let's work on this exercise. Choose the correct idiomatic meaning of each expression. Kick the bucket. Kick the bucket. It is A or B or C. Kick a real bucket. Become tired or die. Of course, it is C. Break down. Now let's move to the second phrasal verb. Break down. Break down. A machine stops working. Eat quickly. Walk slowly. So it is a machine stops working. 3. Look after. Look behind you. Take care of someone. Follow someone secretly. Of course, it means to take care of someone. Turn off, switch something to the off position, call someone, or fix a machine. Turn off means here the literal meaning. Switch something to the off position. And finally, we have pick up. Lift something from the ground, destroy something, sleep suddenly. Here it means to lift something from the ground. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. You will notice that I'm coughing in the video. I'm really sorry. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Have a good day.